Here back at the Fantasy Bar Friday night, 6 games on the schedule, 6 guys fresh off the tap for you on FanDuel and DraftKings, including a couple of my favorite value plays, a narrative play we're going to mix in as well. What game are we targeting with some correlation, and every single play under 9K or below? Who are we talking about? Belly up to the Fantasy Barn. Find out. Welcome in, guys. Friday edition Beers Daily Fantasy 6-pack. Good to kick off the weekend here. 6 games on tap for us on Friday night, and I have 6 of my favorite plays for you ready to go on both FanDuel and DraftKings. Thank you, as always, for stopping by, checking out the video. Before we get into the plays, take a second, click that thumbs up button here on YouTube. Helps us out tremendously, so thank you for that. Subscribe to the channel as well, and head over to scoresandodds.com/beer. March Madness going on, NBA, golf, lots of stuff to bet on. Arm yourself with some great information. That link in the description of the video. Go check it out as soon as you are done here. Scoresandodds.com/beer. All right, Wednesday's video not great, so we're going to turn it over. We're going to turn the page. We're going to light it up here on Friday night. Let's start with one of my favorite value plays here at small forward, power forward with JADEN McDaniels of Minnesota. So the production been very up and down here, and this is what you expect from a guy that's sub 5K. You're never going to get that consistent performance, or he'd be 6 to 7K, and I think that'll help scare enough people away where ownership should not be an issue here. What has been consistent, the minutes, really been locked in, 30 or more now in 7 of the last 8 games. So exactly what we want to see. A guy that is going to be on the floor a ton, always has the opportunity to give us upside, and it's tough to find this level of upside that he can bring you at these prices. 4 games of 27 or more DraftKings points over the last 8, 3 of those games 30 plus, so threatening that 7 to 8x return that we are looking for in our GPP lineups here. Decent matchup for him here. Cheap price tag, JADEN McDaniels leading us off here on Friday night. All right, let's spend some money at point guard next with Jamal Murray of the Nuggets. Now the Nuggets, obviously, blowout concerns here. Huge 12-point favorites in this one, but also have a high 123-point team total, which leads the entire slate. So even in a potential blowout scenario, even if we only get 3 quarters out of Jamal Murray, I think he can do enough damage to really make hay on these numbers and these salaries here. Very, very consistent of late, so solid cash game option. 40 or more DraftKings points in 12 of the last 16 games. Did a little math for you guys there. 75% hit rate on that 40 DraftKings points. So again, solid cash floor. GPP, we know the upside well into the 50s here for Jamal Murray, and it could be into the 60s against San Antonio. Awful defensively against all positions. Bottom 5 against the point guard position. And Jamal Murray not costing us those Jokic type prices. So you save a little bit of money here. A lot of upside in this matchup. Jamal Murray, my favorite point guard option on tonight's slate. All right, let's go down low with our center play with Jarrett Allen of the Cavaliers. Now, tough matchup here, no doubt, with Miami. You're going to see those red numbers. That may help scare some people away here, but there are some positives here with Jarrett Allen despite this difficult matchup. First of all, the price on DraftKings fell $500. We just saw this matchup the other night. Allen played well. We'll get to that in a second, but the price went down $500. In fact, lowest we've seen now all the way back to January. So it's a nice buy low spot here in this tough matchup. Was good in that game against Miami. They're not unbeatable. They're not unstoppable. Big double-double for Jarrett Allen in that one. 15 and 12 for 38 DraftKings points. So has shown he can succeed in this matchup. The price, in my opinion, too cheap. And if people are going to avoid the matchup, I want to dive in here tonight with Jarrett Allen against the Miami Heat. All right, small forward up next with some value with MATISSE THYBULLE of Portland. So like McDaniels, another guy that can give us some big-time upside at these prices. So one of my favorite value plays tonight that can give us that 7, 8, up to 10x upside that we have seen out of him recently. And another guy that's playing a lot of minutes. So you're sensing the theme here. Give me the value plays with the ceiling and the guys that are on the floor a ton, 32 or more minutes in 4 of the last 5. The only one he didn't get there was the other night against Boston when that game was a blowout. A lot of the starters did not play big minutes in that one. And we get the narrative here as well. Love to mix in the narratives with the stats here. Going back to Philadelphia, spent the first couple of years of his career here with the Philadelphia 76ers. So put that cherry on top here. But a guy that can get it done in a variety of ways. Very cheap to make life easy on you. And that homecoming narrative. MATISSE THYBULLE, one of my favorite value plays on tonight's slate. All right, point guard, shooting guard up next with DeJounte Murray of Atlanta. This game should be fun. We've seen this game a couple times here recently over the last couple weeks. Another big total at 238.5. Close 1.5 point spread. So these are the games you can certainly target and look to stack as well. Now Murray not shot well against the Wizards, but still has made value, especially the other night. Shot just 5 of 16. Still hit value for us. So if the shooting improves, we know there's a ton of upside in this guy. He can get it done a variety of ways, hit all those categories for us. A lot of ways that he can get to a ceiling game here in that big total game. DeJounte Murray under 8K on DraftKings. One of my favorite spends on tonight's slate. All right, it's time to take a look at my favorite play for Friday night. Before we do that, let's run it back on our Beast of the Night contest. Congrats to all of the recent winners. Very easy to play. All you got to do, get in that comment section right below the video. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button if you have not already, and guess fantasy points on DraftKings for my Beast of the Night. Closest guess going to win themselves a free week of RotoGrinders Premium. And while you're down there, who's your Beast of the Night? You're making the selections. You're sitting here 10 in the bar. Who is your absolute top play on this 6-game Friday NBA slate? Sound off in that YouTube comment section. All right, let's wrap the week up strong. Let's wrap this video up strong with a look at my favorite play for Friday night. You know him as the Beast of the Night. All right, Beast time. We're going to get you some correlation on the other side of that Atlanta-Washington game with shooting guard Bradley Beal, tonight's Beast of the Night. I know a lot of you were expecting me to say Kristaps Porzingis. I don't hate the play, but I think a lot of ownership going to go that route after he had a big game against this Atlanta team. But you dig in, the guy basically didn't miss any shots in that game. So kind of an outlier performance. Meanwhile, Bradley Beal was very solid in that game as well. So if there's going to be a big discount on ownership, give me Beal here. 45 or more DraftKings points now in 4 straight games, and has played incredibly well against this Atlanta Hawks team's average 30 points per game against them, almost 50 DraftKings points per game, and Atlanta has struggled against this position as well, bottom 10 against the shooting guard position. Bradley Beal, my favorite play on the board in tonight's Beast of the Night. All right, guys, that'll do it for Friday's video with 6 of my favorite plays for you on FanDuel and DraftKings. If you have any comments, questions, or feedback, hit me up in that comment section right below the video, or follow me on Twitter at Beermakersfan. Also, your guess, Bradley Beal's fantasy points on DraftKings for your shot at some free RotoGrinders Premium. And I want to know, you're 10 in the bar here tonight. Who is your top play on this slate? Sound off in that YouTube comment section. For RotoGrinders.com, I am Beer saying salut. Best of luck on the slate tonight. We'll take the weekend off for the 6-pack, but we will be live on SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio 3 to 5 on Saturday afternoon Eastern, 7 to 9 Sunday night. So come and check us out over there if you have not already. Having a ton of fun answering your guys' questions, talking DFS strategies, covering the games. Check it all out on SiriusXM. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Hit that thumbs up button if you have not already on your way out the door. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Hey, thanks for checking out our videos. If you want more expert advice on DraftKings, FanDuel, or any other daily fantasy sports, make sure you check out the current videos playlist